To get started, let's launch the Files app on both iPad and iPhone. On the iPad, we have the Sidebar over on the left. On an iPhone, this sidebar is its own column, just like in many other apps. We can return to this view at any time with a single tap on the Browse button down here. We need to tap on an item to view its contents on another screen. On the iPad, we can view the same contents, but the sidebar will remain visible. To remove the sidebar, tap here. That will display a tab bar at the top of the display. For this tutorial, I'll be mainly using files with the sidebar displayed. We have three sections within the sidebar: locations, favorites, and tags. Above those, we're able to quickly view files and folders that have recently been accessed, as well as any that are currently being shared. On the iPhone, these are presented at the bottom of the display with their own buttons. Locations is going to contain folders for the cloud services that are currently activated on that device, along with any files stored only on that device, and files that have been recently deleted from within the Files app. The On My Device section here will contain files that are only saved on the device that you are viewing the file on. They're not synced to the cloud or any other devices. We'll talk more about using this folder in the next lesson. The Favorites section is where folders that we access the most often or are most important to us can be viewed. We'll look at this in more detail later on in the tutorial. From the Tag section, we can organize files and folders by color-coded and custom-named tags. Tags will sync via iCloud to your other iOS devices and Macs, so they can be a really great organizational tool. Tap on the ellipsis here in the upper right, and we have an Edit button. When active, we can turn on or off services that can appear in the Locations section of the sidebar. We can also remove items from favorites or delete tags. If I deactivate iCloud Drive here and tap Done, it will no longer be presented under Locations. We can also tap and drag to rearrange these items. Next, let's go into the Documents folder of iCloud Drive. In here, we have a mix of files and folders. At the top, notice that the name of the current folder we are in is displayed. Single tap on the name to see its parent folder, as well as a variety of other commands. Use the back button to the left to return to the previous folder or location. With an iPhone, you can also swipe right to move back. Tap the Select button and every item in the folder gets a white circle over it. Tap to add a check mark, which lets us know that that item is now selected. Below, we have Share, Duplicate, Move, Delete, and More buttons. From the More button, we can copy the selected items, apply tags to them, create a new folder with the selected items in it. We're able to compress the selected items into a single zip file, and we have a couple download options that we'll discuss a little bit later on. Next, we have View options. Currently, both devices are set to icon view, which means we see a full-sized icon of each folder or file. On iPad, tap the Icons button up here, and we can switch to List View or Column View. My preferred one of these is Column View because it makes the best use of the iPad display. Switch to Tab Bar, and we get even more space to browse files. On iPhone, we're limited to Icon and List View. Now let's look at the actual files and folders. Each folder will display its name and how many items are inside it. Each file will show its name, the date it was last modified, and its file size. Tap and hold on a file or folder to view a full menu of commands. Tap on Get Info and we can see the file kind, size, where the item is located, when it was created, and when it was last modified. At the bottom, if the file has any tags applied, they'll be listed here as well. We'll be discussing many more of these commands throughout the tutorial. Notice that some files have a cloud icon with a down arrow next to them. This is letting us know that that file is not downloaded to this device. So if I were offline, those files will still appear here, but I wouldn't be able to open or edit them. If a file is not downloaded, it will need to download to the device before it can be opened. This movie file can be downloaded with a tap on the icon here. Or we can tap and hold and we get two different options: Download Now or Keep Downloaded. Both of these commands will download the file to that device. The Keep Downloaded command will assure that the download is not removed if it hasn't been opened for a certain amount of time. iOS will remove older, unused downloads to open up disk space when needed. Using the Keep Downloaded command will prevent that from occurring for that file or entire folder. When an item is set to keep downloaded, it's going to get a solid gray circle with an arrow next to it. To open a file, simply single tap on it. Image files and PDFs will open as a preview right here in the Files app. Other files will launch in the app that they were created in, such as this Pages document. Single tap on it, and we jump into Pages and can begin editing this document. Any changes will be saved automatically. To avoid being jumped into another app, we're also able to preview these from within the Files app. Tap and hold for Quick Look or the Open in New Window commands. Either of these will let us quickly view the document without leaving the Files app. So that's a general look at the Files app interface and basic functions. Throughout the rest of the tutorial, we'll get into more of the details that we need to know for the Files app.